Here we go, jumping right in. The overall #1 seed in the field, the Texas Longhorns, regular season champions from the Big 12 at the Austin Regional. They will be home in McCombs Field, and they are loving it because this is the first time in school history they've got that #1 seed. They will open up against the Siena Saints on Friday afternoon. First time into the tournament for the Metro Atlantic champions, and 33 wins, the best year in school history, led by Jocelyn Ulrich and Alyssa Emont. Way to go, Siena. Who else is headed to the Austin Regional? How about the Red Flash of St. Francis? NEC champs with a 40-win season. They'll play Friday night on ESPN Plus against the Northwestern Wildcats. How about that? The regular season champs in the Big 10 and the Big 12 together in the same region. They led the conference this year in home runs and ERA, with slugger Kansas Robinson leading the charge. So, Smitty, that's how the Austin Regional looks, led by Texas.
Yeah, this Texas team is so strong. They've got a great offense. They've got the ability to hit for power as well as speed. 3 hitters over 400. Mia Scott, Ashton Maloney, Reese Atwood. They can just smash the ball. 82 stolen bases as a team. And how about 5 amazing arms in the circle? A very complete Texas Longhorn team.
All right, fill that in the upper left part of your bracket. We're going to go down to the lower right for the #2 seed in the tournament. The Oklahoma Sooners, the 3-time defending national champs, will be home at Loves Field for the Norman Regional, and they'll get underway Friday night on ESPNU, going for an 8th national championship under Patty Gasso's direction with that championship mindset. And they will play Friday night against the Vikings of Cleveland State. They won the Horizon League championship earlier today with their 2-way star, Melissa Hoseful. Also, heading to the Norman Regional, the Terriers of Boston University, Patriot League champs, riding a 26-game unbeaten streak. They haven't lost since April 2nd. They're heading back to Norman for the 2nd time in their postseason history, led by Casey Ricard, their star pitcher. They're in action Friday night at 5:30 against the Oregon Ducks out of the Pac-12, and a reunion of former OU assistant Melissa Lombardi. They head to town, led by Kai Lushar and Ariel Carlson. So the Pac-12 and the Big 12 getting together in that one, Jess, at Loves Field.
Well, you're talking about the most successful senior class in Division I history, and they got 10 of them. They're led on their pitching staff with Kelly Maxwell, and they've got 5 in their lineup in Coleman, Jennings, Hanson, Boone, and Brito that lead the way. They're going to hit you, outscore you. That's what they've done all season long, and what makes this team unique is how much their offense has led their team.
All right, we're going to stay on the right side of your bracket with the #3 overall seed, and it's the regular season champions of the Southeastern Conference, the Tennessee Lady Vols, staying at home at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium in Knoxville with Kiki Malloy and Boo Gibson and that outstanding pitching staff led by Coach of the Year Karen Weekly. They will be at home hosting as the #3 seed Friday afternoon on ESPN Plus against a first-timer. Welcome to the Dayton Flyers, champions of the A-10. Don't look past their pitchers either. They did not allow a single run en route to that A-10 championship. Emma Shooter, Maddie Kapsamalis, 2 of their top stars. Who else is heading to Knoxville? How about the Red Hawks of Miami? So we got really good pitchers, and now we got really good home run hitters. They could set single-season records as a team and as a hitter with Carly Spade. Lot of bang for the buck for the Red Hawks. They will open up Friday at noon Eastern on ESPN Plus against the Virginia Cavaliers. Wahoo for the Wahoos. They're back in the tournament for the first time since 2010 as an at-large, there you go, ladies, out of the ACC, led by Jade Hilton, their slugger. So there's a look, Amanda, at that Knoxville Regional led by UT.
Yeah, and Tennessee has one of the best 1-2 punches in the circle with the SEC Pitcher of the Year, Carlin Pickens and Peyton Gottschall, who easily also could have been SEC Pitcher of the Year. And they can hit the long ball, too. I mean, they have an absolute star in center field and as their leadoff hitter in Kiki Malloy. And then don't sleep on the power of Zeta Pooney and Riley West. This team can pack some punch. one of the best home run hitting teams in the country, and that 1-2 punch with Pickens and Gottschall is special.
Back over to the left side of your bracket, we've seen 2 from the Big 12. How about 2 from the SEC? The 4 seed with a massive finish to the regular season and the SEC tournament. We're going to Gainesville with the Florida Gators, and they will open up Friday at noon Eastern at Katie Seashore Presley Stadium. 9-1 in their last 10 games, all against ranked opponents. They will open up against the Eagles of Florida Gulf Coast, the ASUN champs. How about Neely Peterson with the walk-off home run in extra innings in the final to seal the deal? Who else will be in the Gainesville Regional? The Owls of Florida Atlantic, an at-large out of the American. They were the top scoring team in that conference. Hug it out, ladies, led by their two-way star, Trinity Schlotterbeck. And they will open up this double elimination format in Gainesville Friday afternoon on ESPN Plus against the Jaguars of South Alabama out of the Sun Belt. Look out. They have 3 wins on their resume against the SEC, led by their 20-game winner, Olivia Lackey, and their basher, Mackenzie Brasher. Number 5 overall seed, and what a season for the Big 12. It continues into the postseason because it's Oklahoma State at Cowgirls Stadium Friday night. Kenny Gajewski's club will try and get back to the World Series for a 5th year in a row, led by the Big 12 Pitcher of the Year, Lexi Kilfoyle. They also took the Bedlam Series during the regular season. How about Friday night against the Bears of Northern Colorado? The first game in this double elimination format, they win the Big Sky back-to-back. Amelie Morales, we saw that, the 10th inning grand slam to win their tournament. Who else is going to Stillwater? How about the Big Ten tournament champs? The 2005 national champs. The Michigan Wolverines return to the postseason, led by their tournament MVP, Lauren Durkowski, Kiki Thole, and Ellie Seiler at the plate. The Wolverines are back in the postseason, and they have a showdown Friday afternoon on ESPN2 against the Kentucky Wildcats out of the SEC with Aaron Koffel, Riley Smith, and Stephanie Schoonover. Lovely night in Big Blue Country there for the Cats. And that is a tough matchup there in Cowgirl Country, Jess.
Yeah, and they are led in the circle for those Pokes. Lexi Kilfoyle, what she's done. Big 12 Pitcher of the Year, 1.14 ERA. That's 4th best in the country. Only 18 extra base hits allowed all season long. And on the reverse, Caroline Wong leads the team in every offensive category. But keep your eye on their stud freshman, Carly Godwin. You talked about them winning Bedlam. She was leading the way, 32 RBIs with runners in scoring position.
Don't forget, the top 8 seeds, if they win their regional, they stay home for the Super Regional. Will that be the case for the 6th seed overall? The UCLA Bruins hosting the Los Angeles Regional in Easton Stadium, gunning for a 13th national championship. They have reached the World Series 31 times in 41 years. Led by Charlize Palacio and Maya Brady and company, they open up Friday night, 8:30 Eastern on Plus against the Lopes of Grand Canyon, winners of a 3rd consecutive WAC championship and a school record 48 wins. Find your purpose and find your way to LA, ladies, because that's where you're headed to open up with the Bruins. Also, in Southern California, well, San Diego State gets to stay close to home. The Mountain West champs and their star hitter, Mac Barbara. They got a couple of wins against Power 5 teams, and they led their league in ERA this year as well. San Diego State going to open up Friday night on ESPNU against the Hokies of Virginia Tech, and at-large from the ACC, and a chance they could go back to UCLA for a Super Regional. Oh, there's some oohs and ahs there in Blacksburg. Okay. They're going to pack some wallop because they have 6 hitters with double-digit dingers, led by Corey McMillan and Michelle Chatfield, and an outstanding pitch combo, too. Amanda, going to be a lot of fun out in L.A.
It looks like it. This UCLA team has gotten stronger as the season has gone on, led by Maya Brady, who's back-to-back Pac-12 Player of the Year. She has been a leader. And how clutch has Charlize Palacios been late in the season? Megan Grant, Jordan Woolery are now sophomores, and they're adding so much offense. And Taylor Tinsley, Caitlin Terry, those two go back and forth together, eat up a lot of innings for UCLA.
All right, there's a lot of nail-biting going on. We've only got 2 potential super hosts left. The number 7 seed, the Missouri Tigers, at home at Mizzou Softball Stadium for the Columbia Regional after they had a terrific run all the way to the SEC Tournament Finals with an outstanding pitching staff. They are partying in Como. They will open up against the Summit League champions on Friday night, the Mavericks of Omaha, and tournament MVP Cameron Mayer for the 2nd year in a row. Way to go, Mavs. Also headed to Columbia, an at-large out of the Big Ten Conference. It's the Hoosiers of Indiana. They led the Big Ten this year in batting average, runs scored, and slugged with Avery Parker. Indiana gonna open up against a Pac-12 foe. Friday afternoon, it's the Washington Huskies, led by national team head coach Heather Tarr and champions in 2009, Alana Johnson, Riley Holtorf, and Brooke Nelson leading the way there, Smitty, as those 4 will be in Mizzou.
Yeah, Missouri really goes as their circle goes.
The 8 seed is the Stanford Cardinal, a World Series team last year led by Nigeri Kennedy. Yeah, that's right, they're partying it up because they know if they win, they get to stay. They're going to start their road to the World Series with the Gales of St. Mary's on Friday afternoon. Remember, this is all double elimination format, 3 days over the weekend. Champs of the West Coast Conference. Also, the Big West champions, the Titans of Cal State Fullerton, another former national champ in the field, led by Haley Rainey and Stacey Chambers. They are celebrating out on the West Coast, and they are also celebrating in SEC country because they get another team in. It's the Bulldogs of Mississippi State, led by slugger Madison Kennedy, and they will play Fullerton Friday night at Stanford, Amanda, where the Cardinal will have the home field advantage.
And Stanford has one of the most electric pitchers in all of college softball in Nigeri Kennedy. We saw her last year at the World Series as a freshman. She's a sophomore now. And Reagan Krause is a 20-game winner for Stanford to add depth to that pitching staff alongside Nigeri Kennedy. Ali Kaneshiro catches those pitchers, is a Gold Glove winner, and has a great offense with 10 home runs, which leads the team. Taryn Kurd, an amazing addition, along with Ava Gall and Jade Berry, to round out their offense. Nigeri Kennedy, though, is definitely one of the pitchers to watch.
All right, there are your top 8 seeds for the tournament. NCAA regional play gets underway on Friday around the country. And Texas, for the first time, the overall number 1 seed. A big start for the Big 12, as well as the SEC and Pac-12. Those teams, remember, they win their regional, they would stay home and host the Super. 75% of the time, the home team wins and advances. And we're going to check in right now with Holly Rowe.
Well, we wanted to give Texas some love, earning that number 1 overall seed. Such a great season for the Longhorns. And they have the Big 12 Player of the Year for the first time since 2014. She joins us now, Reese Atwood, or as I like to call her, Reese Batwood. And I love that she's coming to us from the batting cages. We do have some technical difficulties, so we will get right back to Reese as soon as we can. Beth, you take it away till we get Reese back on the line.
All right, we look forward to that. Hopefully we'll get that figured out for you shortly. And actually, we might have it ready to go right now, Holly.
Let's check back in with Reese. Hi, do you hear me, Reese?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Oh, wonderful. Well, you have had such an incredible season, the Longhorns as a whole. Let's start with your team, because this team has beaten some of the biggest big dogs in all of softball. How did this young squad really find their mojo this season?
I think just like the family aspect of this team, we've come together. We've created this great culture here at Texas, and being able to play for each other has really given us the success this year.
For you, you took a huge step forward. You were phenomenal as a freshman, but your improvement from your freshman year to this year, I just want to talk about your batting average. .291 freshman year, 427 this year. Home runs went from 11 to 22. How were you able to put it together at the plate so quickly in your sophomore season?
I think just maturing as a player, being able to like trust myself, and then also being able to have like an amazing team that's with me and supporting me has like really given me the chance to succeed.
You grew up in Texas. I've heard you say in other interviews that you have dreamed of wearing Texas across your chest since you were a little girl. What does it mean to you to now be representing them as the #1 overall seed for the Longhorns?
It means a lot just to be able to be here and play at our home field. We're extremely grateful to be able to host, so I'm super excited to see how it goes.
Well, thank you so much, Reese. We'll see you coming up in Mayhem. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.